Alright, let's go under the Crosley and have a look. I was working on this yesterday, and me and Honey Baby had already talked about that we were going to go to the lake because it was a warmish, sunshiny day, and we knew it was going to rain today. And by the way, it's raining today. But I didn't film everything I did there toward the end because what I did under here is I scraped off all of the gasket material from this oil pan. Oh, look how pretty that is. And then I got me some, I think they call it Sealzall. I'll show you the container when I get out. And it's contact cement. And I put one side on the engine coated and coated one side of the gasket. And then I put the gasket on one hole at a time, and I put a bolt in each hole as I went, and then I squished it all down. And then when I got to these two end things here, this is a gasket here on the end, and the oil pan, the way it's made here, so you can actually see that gasket. I believe I can see it. I believe you can see it. And maybe if I can get this light to hang right, I can turn the light around and put my finger in there at the same time. See, this is the gasket here, so half of it is in the oil pan and half of it is out, and it's resting in this groove, and that's the way it's supposed to look. And in each one of the corners I put some of that black rubberized gasket maker, that Permatex stuff. And then up here on the front, I had a gasket that needs to go around that little bearing on the end of the crankshaft, that little bearing seal there, and it has to be bent into place. Well, that gasket I was able to put inside the oil pan and use some of that sticky glue to kind of glue it in place. And then I put a little coating of that black Permatex gasket maker stuff all over, just the gentle coating of it along on the gasket, and then I carefully pushed that oil pan in place. So this is what I used to kind of glue it up in there, and stuff called Seal-All. He didn't have any of the regular sticky gasket material, and I got this stuff at my hardware store, but he had this and that's what I used. So I got it all in there. I haven't even tightened the bolts down firmly on it, and I'm going to be doing that this morning. I need a smaller socket. The one I was using was a 5-point socket, and it was a little bit too wide to fit up in there good, but I think this one will do. Usually these kind of sockets have a little narrower band around the edge, and that's what I needed. So I'm going to get up under there and tighten those up. I'm going to put this back flywheel cover back on it, and I'm going to put oil in it, and then we're going to crank it.